Hi, I'm Kim, the eldest sister of 3 years apart, and welcome to another one of our videos. So you might notice that this is not a vlog. We're going to be talking about possibly the favorite subject of every planner person out there, which is their planner lineup for the new year. And yeah, so Helen and I will be sharing our planner lineup for 2021. I believe we're doing it by sections, and we're going to have title cards in between. And since mostly you're going to be looking at the planner and our hands, we're going to be putting our logo heads in the top left corner of the screen. Mine is the green one and Helen's is the blue one. Yeah, so we're just going to jump right into it because it's going to be a long one. Okie dokie, let's do a quick overview of my 2020 planner lineup before I get into 2021. So in 2020, I only used 2 planners to plan my entire life, basically, which is this Hobonichi Weeks with a penguin cover, and this Everything is Possible Brit & Co. planner from Target, I believe. This is from my sisters, so I don't actually know where they got it. So in 2020, besides my journal, I had these 2 planners, and this planner was mostly for tracking. And let's see, it has 2 lovely bookmarks on it. And I marked the first one for December 2019. So this is what the original pages look like. Every week is like this. It's like a dark gray dated outline, and all the months are also dark gray. Section for daily stuff, and then a whole note section on the right. What I do with it though is I change it to something like this. I like to color code my months, so you can kind of tell over the entire year. I used our dated stickers. I also use our breakfast, lunch, dinner meal tracker stickers, meal planning stickers, but I use them mostly for tracking my meals, so what I ate and stuff. Yeah, this little section over here is for daily highlights to help remind me what to journal about that day, what happened, because I kind of batch journal, so at the once a week I might journal 3 or 4 days of stuff at a time. And then over here are my tasks. These are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I put a dot on the day it's scheduled and a star for when the task is complete, and I fill in the box when the task is fully complete. And these tasks are kind of just for my general overview when I look at this planner, because the tasks actually migrate over to this planner in the weekly view, and this is where I do most of my day-to-day work from. But every day I track what happened in this planner. So here I track whether or not I did any language or music study, which is less days than I would like, but I would like it to be every day, so there's every day on here. Same for art and journaling. And then down here, which is arguably the most important part for me, is my health tracking. So I have my weight, yoga practice, Ring Fit Adventure, which is a Switch fitness game, which is, I don't know, the most effective way to get me to do exercise, apparently, and Pilates, and I put a little B here for Blog Pilates because she's the one I do the most, so I just know whether or not it's a Blog Pilates or something else. And then meditation and other. So for other, it's more for if I do cycling or if we go hiking. Unfortunately, I haven't hiked in a whole year because of this year. Yeah, maybe I'll get to use it more next year. Anyway, oh, almost forgot. In the back here, there's a whole notes section, and I use it to track books I've read, video games I've finished, films and TV I've watched. The other planner is this spiral bound one, and I already mentioned it's Brit & Co. It's from Amy Helen, and it has a nice expansive calendar view, which I probably won't show you because it has content plan on it, but I use that for content planning. And then it also has this weekly view. So the great thing about this planner is that it's undated, for one, and it has lots of space actually for there's no sidebar and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. So each day actually has a significant amount of space. And I did like the time blocks, but I felt I don't really need them. So for 2021, I'm actually gonna completely do away with them. Kind of the deal breaker for this planner is that I can only use pen with it. Only ballpoint pens, pretty much, because everything else kind of bleeds through, unfortunately. So yeah, it's a very task-based. I schedule in the tasks that I had in my Hobonichi Weeks here and any other events or work tasks or anything, and then kind of time block them out and then scribble it out if it didn't work out that way. yeah, so those are the two planners I used for 2020. I also had my Hobonichi Techo, which I did not bring with me, but that one is my daily journal. You can see all of those spreads along with the ones from my cousin in 2019 on my Instagram, which is a journal with Kim.
So my planner lineup for 2020 all kind of just went down the drain, and any plans and hopes for planner piece was gone, and I only ended up using this for the whole year. It's kind of designed to be like an everyday carry, everything in one kind of planner. So this planner is the Hobonichi Techo Cousin, which is about the A5 size planner they have. With this, I'm sure many of you know, it has future logs, your glances, and it goes straight into the monthlies. I didn't use the monthlies as often as I wanted to, but here it is. After the monthlies, it goes into the weeklies, which has 24 hours trackers on them, which is what I use the most. And then it goes straight into the daily pages right after. And there's literally 365 days in here. And I'd had hopes and dreams to be journaling every day or do bullet journaling in here, as I have tried. It did work for a time, and then it didn't work. It just kind of how it goes for planning and planner piece, I guess. So in the end, this planner didn't end up really working for me, just my personal style, or maybe at the time of my life. I still think it's a great planner, and eventually I think I'll go back to this. It's a very high possibility. I think I just have to be honest with myself and not try to force myself to do daily planning and daily journaling. And that's alright. Maybe eventually I will be. Someday I can get there. But I'm definitely not at that time right now. And in 2020, there definitely was a lot of planner slumps that was talked about in the community, and I can totally relate. The only part I did use throughout the year, and I was consistent with, some of it is like very little, some of it is pretty detailed, was the weekly pages. It is something I would highly recommend to anyone who doesn't want to carry so many planners, and anyone who loves Tomoe River paper, writing with fountain pens, all that jazz.
I am super duper excited to introduce my everyday use planners for 2021. Yeah, complete change of planning system, and I'm hoping this will work out, but it might not, but I'm really hoping that it will work out. So excited to use these planners. So these two planners are both from an artist called, I guess she's an illustrator, named Frannerd. When she first came out with these planners, this is I think the 2018 version and the 2019 version, she was still in the UK, and the shipping was kind of expensive, so I didn't buy it, even though I was like really wanted to. But now that she's moved to the US and shipping within the US is free, and she had a stationery sale, I picked up both of these planners as well as some stickers and stuff. I am a 2-planner person, and instead of having like a personal work planner like I guess a lot of people do, I have more like a tracking planner, which is my Hobonichi Weeks, and a task planner, which was my Brit & Co planners. But this year, Frannerd Year 1 planner will be my tracking planner, and this Frannerd Year 2 planner will be my task planner. Alright, so let's just talk about Year 1 first. I'll put this up to the side. This Year 1 planner is possibly the cutest planner I've ever seen. So let's take a look. I love it. It's beautiful and pink. So this planner was made in 2018, like I said. It only has the 2018 and 2019 mini calendars, like year at a glance. And I'll have to redate that, but that's totally fine. Oh, it also has a cute intro page for in case I forget who I am. It says like name, address, email, phone, and then if I look hungry, please feed me with blank. And then if I turn into a zombie, like kill me or keep me as your pet. Anyway, so you can already tell how like aesthetically pleasing this planner is, and I'm so excited to use it. I don't know how well I know it's 100 GSM paper, pretty sure. I don't know how well it will take pens, so I'll have to test different pens on it. But yeah, so on these calendar pages, I plan on tracking what I had on the bottom right of my Hobonichi weeks, which is my Chinese study, music study, art study, and journal sessions. Usually I like to be more detailed about my notes about those things, but I realize that I don't ever really go back and look at them, so I'm just gonna probably write the time or what it is and the time in each day. And I think that will be enough for me. So I was like, as long as I do at least 10 or 15 minutes of it, then it can go in here and I'll feel great. And then let's see, the bulk of the planner are these weekly pages. And you can see there's like these little cute designs on the bottom right, and they're actually different. They do repeat when I looked at it earlier, but all of them are so cute. Here, I'm going to be tracking my meals, so the breakfast, lunch, dinner stuff that you saw before. My health stuff, so like my weight, yoga, ring fit adventure, / Pilates, meditation, and my other stuff. And I'm going to write my daily highlights probably at the bottom of those. Okay, so after the weekly pages, there's a notes section. And on this notes section, I'm going to be tracking the same things I tracked in my Hobonichi weeks, which is like the books that I've read, video games that I finished, and the TV shows and movies that I've watched. I think it's enough for those. But the fun stuff in the back here is that she has some bonus things, such as this weekly routine planner. I believe this ribbon is supposed to be like your lunch break. She has these like coupons, Yoo-hoo movie night, this voucher is valid for a movie series marathon. I wonder who I can give this to. Anyway, and then let's have coffee together, the do nothing pass. I need a lot of these. Picnic time. Travel packing list. These are all perforated pages, by the way, so they're easy to tear out. I hope I can use this travel packing list in 2021. It doesn't go anywhere this year. Let's see. Important dates. She even has like birthday cakes down here. Cut these and use them as bookmarks for these calendars, which is a really great idea. Maybe instead of redating the front, I'll just redate one of these and use it as like a moving calendar. New Year's resolutions for you and New Year's resolutions for a friend. I might actually give this to somebody. And it looks like the very last two things are cards that you can rip out and send to people. It looks like you can fold them in half and have them be cards. Oh, that's so cool. And in the back here, there's a pocket. Stickers. These stickers come with the planner, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, this is my Frannerd Year 1 planner, which will be my tracking, or my personal tracker, as I think I'll call it. I didn't actually have a name for it until making this video, but personal tracker planner. So this is Frannerd's Year 2 planner. She had a couple cover versions of this. I think this was the only one available when I bought it. But yeah, there's a little like bun running called You Got This. Is this a bun or like a dim sum bao? I'm not sure. Anyway, well, bao is a bun, but let's look inside. This is actually radically different than her first planner. I think her first planner is super adorable. But yeah, we'll see. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is, you'll find in this planner, text me, email me, send a pigeon my way. It's just so cute. So this one starts with a welcome and how's your day been so far section. A little guide on how to use a planner. It's also undated, everything I want to do this year. So this one, unlike the other one, which is also undated actually, but it has like mini calendars on it. This one just did away with the mini calendars completely and has sections for you to date your own mini calendars. Dream goals and projects. My word for this year is... So the calendar view is also simplified. There's a lot of blank space for like a sidebar. I'm going to use this for my social media and content calendar, meaning I'm going to use it to schedule when I'll be filming, when to post things on social media. I'll probably still include birthdays and holidays on this calendar just because very important to consider when you're scheduling things out. This is a slightly different color scheme than the last book, but all very pretty. Oh, this one comes with 2 bookmarks too, which is really important. But I guess the other one also came with paper bookmarks, so technically it came with 3 bookmarks. These are the weekly pages. This is now a horizontal planner instead of vertical planner, and I'm going to use this as my task tracker. So I'll probably separate like personal and like work stuff on either side of each work day. Saturdays are always basically personal things. There's a whole section for notes down here. But yeah, really simple. I'm literally just going to be tracking tasks in here. This one also comes with check-ins, I think every 3 months. Yeah, there's one. More calendars. And another check-in here. I feel like I missed one. Oh yes, there's a check-in here too. Yeah, so there's a bunch of check-ins. At the back, there's a routine page that you can write and customize. Oh yes, and here's some of the other stickers I got. This one came with a planner again. This dog is like a freebie, I think that comes with every order. These stickers, which I figured since it's undated, I might as well use her handwriting and stuff to continue with the months and dating it and the aesthetics. Oh, I just love it so much. That's going to be my 2 main planners for 2021 to plan my entire life. Oh look, there's like a little sushi back here. I wanted to mention something that's really important to my weekly planning, which is this Thinky notebook. It's really cheap pages in a really cheap notebook, and it's for brain dumping and brainstorming and writing outlines for everything from projects to chores. I feel like it's a really important part of your planning process to really just release everything that you need to do into a surface, like a visual space for you to organize. And this is it. So it comes into here, gets processed, and then it goes into my planners. And I thought it was kind of important to mention that I have a book of junk that I usually throw out after it all gets processed. Or I mean, recycled. If you follow us on 3 Years Apart or on my personal Instagram, which is Journal with Kim, then you know that I used a Hobonichi cousin and a Hobonichi Techo for my journaling. So in 2020, I learned that I really like the A6 size for journaling, especially on days where I didn't have anything, nothing really happened. And so yeah, this is basically an A6 size. So this is something I got like 5 years ago or something like that from Amy Helen. They got me a gift card to personal-planner.com. And it's a place where you can just like customize a planner. I think they're all spiral bound, maybe? But customize a planner to your liking. So at that time I was doing bullet journaling and I was going to use this as a bullet journal, but I never did because I thought it was a little bit too small for bullet journaling. But now I'm going to use it as a personal planner. So you can customize the cover. This is like a drawing I did like 8 years ago. 6 years ago? Anyway, back when I had red hair and stuff. And you can also customize the back. This is my Chinese name. And yeah, it's all just dotted pages because I was originally going to use this as a bullet journal. And it has numbered pages in the bottom, which is really nice. This has this little like cover thing, came with card slot. I tried to put my Hobonichi A6 and use this as a cover for it, but that is just a tiny bit too small. So I couldn't do it. Anyway. Yeah. If you want to see more of what my memory journaling looks like, you can look at my Instagram at Journal with Kim. And that's all that stuff is going to be in here for 2021. I do think it's better for 2021 because I don't know what the situation for 2021 will be like. And it's undated, so there's going to be a lot more flexibility and a lot less blank pages.
This is going to be the planner I use for 2021. It is the Take a Note planner in the regular size English version. It is a Taiwanese brand, so there's Chinese versions and there's an A6 version size. I don't know, this came with it, the packaging, and I just like to keep packaging and slip it in there. This A5 protective sleeve with pockets came with the planner, and I didn't even know that, which was a really nice surprise. And there's a little note. But just like the Hobonichi, it has a future log, it has this kind of tracker here. I think it would be really handy for anyone who wants to track just one of 2 things. And then it goes into the monthly. So it starts on December. I could have used it for December, I guess. The monthly boxes are smaller than the Hobonichi and there's a lot more space around the margins, which is fine. I don't normally write too much in the monthlies. I just write, bills, some birthdays, and I kind of fill up the empty boxes with maybe an event or a memory I want to remember that day. I do like the extra space around the edges though, since I kind of really over decorate my planners. But it has monthly pages for a while and it goes into a layout I was super excited to try and basically covered all of my needs, which is a 2-day on 1 page kind of spread. 2 days on 1 page is one of the least common spreads I've seen in the planner community, in all the variants of the planner and journal community. I'm really excited to see how it works for me, and I think it will work so much better than most of the single dailies on the whole page, or even a weekly cramped into one. Something that is vital for my planning, my weekly planning and daily planning, is 24-hour time tracking and time blocking. Now, I kind of work odd hours. I do things at odd hours. I have insomnia, and I like to track especially my sleep schedule and the days I get little or sufficient amount of sleep, because that affects my workday, it affects my mood and everything. For the Hobonichi Cousin, it did have the 24-hour tracking, which is one of the main reasons why I bought it, but the columns I found out through use was too skinny for me. That's why this 2 days on one page, where basically half the page is dedicated to a single day, and it has a subtle timeline. So if I choose not to use the timeline, I can totally cover it or just won't be distracted by it. With a wider column for a day, I'll be able to split it in half if I want to and do one side for time tracking and the other side for task lists or events and notes I want to take. And it's just this layout all through the planner until the very end, where it has a few notes pages that's just blank grid. The grid size is the same as the Hobonichi Cousin, unmeasured, which is very nice if that is the preferred size for many. One of the features in the spread, which I thought was really awesome, was it had this weekly overview at the beginning of each week. So it's kind of like the Hobonichi weeks. In fact, let me see. It's basically the same size as a Hobonichi week. So if you wanted to use stickers designed for this Hobonichi weeks, then you probably could. It's basically a combination of the Cousin and the Hobonichi weeks, and no daily pages, which again, I cannot have a page for every single day of the year. It would just be wasted on me. Now this is going to be something I might not use every day, but maybe weekly or just whenever it suits my needs. And it's just in a A5 traveler's notebook. It's trifold. This is from the Shop Jot. I don't know if their shop is still open. I'll link it down below if it is. But the journal inside is basically a gridded journal. The journal is from Michaels. It was like $5, but the quality is pretty nice and you get a lot of pages. Now this journal has been like half used, like a quarter used. This journal started out as a place for me to track things, and way back in like 2019, which feels like forever ago. But then that didn't last long, and it just turned into journaling, and then it turned into random lists for tasks, and then I did actual daily bullet journaling, and then it turned into having random spreads. Like this is a spread just for Con Marie stickers that we have in our shop. I don't know, it's like filled with random things at this point. I don't really feel as bad if I don't use it every day, and I only pull it when I need it, because it kind of started doing that anyway. So when I do need to make task lists, running lists, or any kind of to-do list throughout the week, I'll probably do it in here. On to the next planner. This is my memory keeping planner. Now this planner is like a DIY planner. I put it together from random shops and random printables I designed myself. So these discs are from Happy Planner. So is the cover. It's just a plain black quilted one. And then I got printable dividers, of course Harry Potter themed, from an Etsy shop. Yeah, I made this in 2019. I'm just gonna replace this with a 2020 version that you can find on our website. So it has a future log. I don't want to show an entire spread of it. I'll link it down below because I have like birthdays and all these personal informations in there. And I also printed my inserts on scrap paper, so there's like random text that I didn't really care about. It's mostly for my eyes. I can always cover it with washi tape if I want to. This is a sticker from a Happy Planner, so you go into the first month. This is going to be January. This is, when I designed it, it's sized to be an Erin Condren monthly size, so stickers made for that planner would most likely fit in here. As far as I can tell, the size hasn't really changed too much, but I'm sure you can fit other stickers in here anyway. Now, my inserts are undated, and I will date the monthly section with this handy dandy monthly stickers book. It's from Michaels, and it basically just has all the months, and it's super inclusive with all the ladies, and it's super pretty. And it also has the weekdays and the daily dates. Date dots. That's what I hear it called. And it even has a few boxes that you can put in it. I'm pretty sure it would fit. But I thought this was a handy book for anyone starting a new journal or a new planner, and I wanted to share it because I believe it's still at Michael's right now. But flipping on, it goes straight into the weekly pages. This again is on our blog. It's a vertical weekly layout. Fits stickers that are made for Erin Condren vertical planners as well as a Recollections planner. This vertical style of planning is one of my favorite ways to plan, if not the favorite. Planning with sticker kits is one of the planning styles that really got me into the community and dug deeper past just different planner types. So this is purely for my indulgence, and I feel really happy when I look at these kinds of spreads. I printed enough weeks and enough sets of months. There's too much in every divided section, so it goes all the way until December. And again, I put this together myself, so if it's a little janky and there's like the paper is discolored, it's completely my fault. And I don't really mind. So, oh, in the back here, I did do a mock spread. This is basically how it looks like filled in with a weekly kit. This particular weekly kit is available as a free printable on our website. It is miscut, so that's why I used it to make a mock spread and to test it out, so don't mind all the weird errors or whatever you might see. So that's everything I'm going to use this planner for. So hopefully I can keep up and do a weekly spread for the entire year of 2021. This is not really a planner, but it's more like a tracker. This is where I track my financial decisions and all the things I spend on. I do have spreadsheets and stuff on the computer, but this is kind of a way for me to double check. It is a passport size TN made by the Red Leather Studio, and in it I have, like, this is an online order tracker that is available on our blog, and then I have some business cards from other shops. There is a free printable insert from Wendy Plans. It's just daily expenses. I don't buy something every day, obviously, but when I do buy something, I'll draw that down in here. And then, look, I have a $2 bill. And then I just have a random notes inserts that I kind of like tapes in here. It just has a list of things to buy, things to try, places to try to go, dimensions for things I need to get. Yeah, it's just a place for me to track my financial things. I do use it as a wallet sometimes, but not as much because it can get a little chunky to carry around as a wallet. So it's just where I keep money stuff.
Something I used to do very consistently every single morning, but now I only do it when I need to, is morning pages. And if you don't know what morning pages are, you should Google it. It's like Julia Cameron. A lot of people don't do the artist's way, but they still do morning pages. And it was really, really helpful for it is really, really helpful for you when you need to process something. There's a lot of rants in this book. But yeah, this is a inTempo book. It says made in Italy. This is also a gift from Amy Helen. They give me a lot of notebooks. It has some really nice smooth pages, and I write in this a lot with my fountain pen. And that's literally all it is, just morning pages. And these ones, they start and end all different times throughout the year because I use up the notebooks pretty quickly. Yeah, this is I think the third one for 2020.
Now this is going to be my morning pages journal. Well, it already is. I've already been writing in it. I don't do morning pages every day or even as frequent as I would like to, but I do have some pages left in this journal, and when I finish it, I have, like, Amy and I have a ton more of this type of journal. The only difference is the cover designs, so I'll just move on to those. Like, I have an unbelievable amount of journals. It's a little ridiculous. And I give some away too. This is like $5 from Michael's, and the pages aren't the best to hold up ink. Certain types of ink, of course, but for morning pages, it's perfect for that.
Okay, so some of my favorite things to study are language and music. I don't have a music notebook, though I probably should. I probably would get better much faster if I kept a planner or a notebook for it. But anyway, this is going to be my Chinese one. Our family speaks Cantonese. None of my sisters and I really learned how to read or write any Chinese though until later. So I like to study Chinese, and you know, it's gotten a lot better, but I don't want to lose it. I feel like I'm just afraid of losing my ability to speak. This is a notebook that I think Amy Helen got for me from maybe AliExpress, and I thought it was like a perfect theme for Chinese study because obviously there's Chinese on the title, and there's like a little tassel that's bound in that like style that you can see in old movies. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what this means. I mean, I know the words, like in Cantonese it'd be like Dip Lun Fa, and then like Mandarin would be like Dia Lian Hua, but like is that, I think there's like a million songs with this title, and I don't know why. Is it like a folklore that I'm not entirely sure about? Is it like the Butterfly Lovers? Is it a reference to the Butterfly Lovers? I have no idea. Anyway, I was gonna use this as my Chinese journal because it has gigantic lines, like really, really wide ruled, I guess, like super wide, which is great for writing like square characters. So I'm probably just gonna write the date up here and write a little bit with my measly low level of writing skills. And you may never see this again, but while it's empty, you can look at it. It has some like little specks on its pages and like flower printing on the top and bottom. And you know, paper quality isn't great, and I'll probably have to use like a ballpoint pen because I'm pretty sure all things will bleed through this paper. But I am super happy with having something that seems like perfect for practicing writing. So I don't know if Helen has mentioned this already, but like as the three sisters of us 3 years apart sisters, we do a book club. And we have a book club that we read kind of a chapter a week, but it's more like a chapter a month when we're busy. Yeah, we take notes on it. So this is my book notes. It's a moleskin, I think moleskin, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, where you take notes in like Cornell style. So probably should Google that if you don't know what it is. And yeah, so I add in things like tip-ins and stuff to it. It's just the basic notes for books.
Kim talked about doing a book club in 3YA, and we each have our own notebooks, and this is mine. So this one is discolored because I think just been out in the sun and just got dirty through use. It's a little embarrassing, but I believe I got this as a set. I think it's from Michael's. I'm pretty sure this is from Michael's and I got it online. So I have plenty of these as well, and when I'm finished with it, I will move on to it because I have 2 books worth of notes in here. And I am almost complete with this. I actually might complete this journal before I complete the current book we're on, which is fine. It's been really fun to do book club with my sisters, but now that Kim's further away, it's nice that we can talk about this with her. So this is a reused, upcycled, recycled, or whatever. I don't know about you, but we saved basically all of our notebooks from taking notes in school just by taking out the used pages for the subject and keeping the bulk of the unused pages. So this is probably like over 10 years old because this is actually Kim's notebook, I think from when she was in high school. It's real old. It's wide ruled. It's got this yellow aesthetic to it. No, it didn't come at yellow. It just turned yellow. Just reuse the pages for notes and stuff. So here's my notes for my independent learning. Also, this cover was not originally like this. This is actually a piece of an old calendar, you know, the flip-up calendars that has the art and then the calendar. Yeah, it's from a Dollar Tree, and just cut out the art and pasted it on the front because otherwise my notes would be inside a journal or a notebook that says Kim's like English notebook or something like that. I don't know. I don't want that.
Alright, so I do have backups in case my other planners don't work out. This is a A6 size traveler's notebook. There are a few inserts in it right now, but I'm not going to use it unless I have to. And same for this A5 bullet journal. The TN and the bullet journal are things I used together back in like 2018 and before. I used to use primarily a bullet journal, and then I added the TN because I like having two planners. I like the bullet journal for tracking things, and I liked the traveler's notebook for tasks. And sometimes I would switch depending on what inserts were in here. And yeah, you might see these by the end of the year, but you might not. I think I've thought through enough, but you know, as things change, so we'll see.
So lastly, I'm going to move on to planners and notebooks that I could potentially add to my lineup. But as of now, I'm probably not going to use it. I know this is a lot, and I don't think I'll add every single one, but these all have a reason why I might use it. So let's just go and start with, this is a journal that I started using like years ago. It's from Walmart, Exceed brand, yes. And the pages are yellow. I believe it's like 9x7. Oh, it also comes with a pocket. But what I used this for was to keep my bullet journal collections pages, like the movies to watch, books to read, and reviews and all that stuff like that. Here's a little pen test page. I decided I wanted to keep my collections in a separate journal because it's something I want to reference to multiple times. But if I don't end up using it, it's totally fine. This is a Undated goals planner by the Recollections brand. I bought this a few years ago, but this is a goal setting planner, and it comes with all these nice guides and planner spreads to help you get your mind more calm and collected and focused. As you can tell, I didn't use it for that. I'm using it as a tarot card tracker and tarot planning, whatever, I don't know how to call it. For example, this is a monthly spread that I filled up with questions from a tarot card challenge. Oh, how do you say her name? Arrow Buck Jones. But it's where you draw a tarot card every day and you write down your thoughts on it and you interpret your draw to the question. I actually did this challenge with Kim because she also has this planner, not the exact planner, I think it has a different cover, but the interior is the same. So we did it together, and it was actually really fun for us because we were like each other's accountability buddies. We weren't going to do it like every year, but doing it for a whole month was the goal, and we did it. I just find that this layout works for me for tarot card drawing, and it's very pretty on its own already. Here I have a traveler's notebook that I completely decked out in Harry Potter supplies and themes and accessories. But this is kind of like my fitness tracker and wellness tracker, mostly fitness, and like self-care and all that jazz. And I just have accumulation of stuff from other shops. But the first insert I have is a monthly insert. I was open to doing a monthly challenge and putting it in there. So this one's from Blogilates, and I could do other types of challenges, not just fitness ones, if I wanted to focus on other things. And then the next one is a workout. I believe this is in our free download section as well on our website, but it's something I designed for myself. I thought if anyone would care to try it out and use it, then they could. But this here is a skincare log. Again, it's a freebie I printed myself, also on the free downloads page. But the idea with this skincare log is that you would write down all the products or the notes, or you can change this to steps even. because if you have a lot of products you want to use in a day or a week, then you can track it here and see if like you have any kind of reactions or breakouts and all that jazz. You can note it down over here or down here. I do want to keep up with some kind of skincare regimen and take care of my skin because I ain't getting any younger. So it's best to prevent aging than try to rewind it. So when I get back into wellness tracking, this planner is basically all set up for me to use. Now this is a junk journal. It's by June's Journals on Etsy. Her shop is filled with handmade journals, handmade junk journals. So every single one she makes herself, and every single journal is unique and one of a kind. This particular one is woodsy themed, as you can tell, and it has like, you know, cabins and mushrooms and birds, and it's really detailed and in depth, and it's filled with vintage items. It's something I really appreciate in her work. I've seen some people start their planners and journals not on the first day of the year or the first day of their academic year, but on their birthday. So the first day of their age, from the birthday to the birthday, basically. And I love that idea, but not necessarily for my planner. I decided to do it for a journal, a mixed media journal to be exact. I did do it for my 21st year of being alive, I guess is what you could call it. It took 2 journals because it was mixed media journaling, and I like threw in a bunch of things in there. I did like photos, and I did watercolors, and I wrote about like Happy Mail and concepts I had in my mind back then, and like when I went to an event or watched a theater show when I went on vacation. So yeah, it's filled with a lot of things, and that's why it gets pretty chunky. And the good thing with junk journals is that they're made to grow. It comes like this, or this one does. This one came like this, and it's made to be able to expand, and the spine is super flexible and durable. Now I did buy this in June of 2019 with the intention of using it in 2020, but I decided against doing it for 2020, and now I still have it. I am considering it for 2021. I just don't know what I'm gonna be doing in 2021. Like when I was 21, the age 21, I ended up doing a lot more than I thought I would, especially as a homebody and an introvert. But I hope to use this in the future, and I love it. I will use it someday, if not the next year. Next are these blank Undated planners. Like I just bought this like a few days ago. It's from Target. It's from the Bullseye's Playground dollar section. It was $3. And it's a vertical layout. The quality is not, on point. And the entire planner is just this layout. And it's a week on one page. So, oh yeah, and it has a front pocket and it has stickers. It actually comes with 2 sheets of the same stickers. I just took one out to give to Kim. I'm going to be pretty open with this planner. When I do use it, I don't know if I will use it. It's another option for daily tasks or weekly tasks for me. Now this one is from Michaels. It's a guided journal, I believe it's what it's called. And it's all sparkling. There's a Big Dipper and everything with silver foiled edges on the pages. What it means by guided journal, it has these pre-printed Bujo style pages. Like here's a monthly, here's a to-do, and a tracker. Keep track of anything, like your mood, budget, or food by assigning colors and filling in a chart each day. Here's a habit tracker, and this could be used for like memories or fill it up with whatever you want really. And it starts over again. So there's basically 6 sets of these pre-printed pages. So like 6 months. The first portion of it is filled with the pre-printed pages, and then the rest of the journal is just plain dot grid paper. What I like about this is not only is there pre-printed pages for bullet journaling or for a monthly setup, but the rest of the journal is free to do whatever you want with it. So if you're like me and your daily pages or tasks pages aren't going to be all the same size or the same list, then you don't have to dedicate and count out how many pages you need for that month. You can just use as much as you need and then move on to the next month, which could be longer. Kim and I have been thinking about starting a bullet journal for the next year, but it just takes a lot of time to set up every month. And we don't mind doing that, but sometimes there's just not time for it. And maybe this kind of pre-printed page or design is something I need. So the simplicity and convenience I need to get back into bullet journaling, and eventually I can start doing more elaborate setups and not having to rely on pre-printed pages. And if I want to, I could always cover them up, but I kind of want to try it out for myself and see what I can learn from having these types of pages and try to bullet journal in a different style than I used to. As of right now, this is all the planners and journals that we plan to use for 2021. I think Kim and I are the same in the fact that we want to use every single one throughout the year, the entire year of 2021, at least the dated ones. We love to see other people's planner setups and lineups, so you can tag us on Facebook or Instagram and we can nerd out about stationery together. I'm filming this on Christmas Eve, which means next week we're counting down to the new year, and we've decided to take a break from filming and vlogging, so we won't have a video the first full week of January in 2021. I believe that we normally would release it on the 7th of January, which means the next time we see you will basically be when all the festivities are over. Happy holidays to everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to eat some yummy snacks and have a good one. Goodbye.